Alright guys, Copper Cutlass here, and we're breaking in my wife's new phone. She's all smiles because she finally gets to use it, I guess. Even though she's complaining about coming out here. But I got her right behind the heater, which you might hear in the background. But, actually, yeah, in front of the heater. Either way. Fuck 2020, but 2020 was not a horrible year. Silver linings, right? Since we couldn't do nothing, I actually found it to be a really busy year with car projects. So we'll do number one. And this is a recap of 2020 for us and what I had going on. And so project numero uno was the Pontiac, which you guys saw in some of the earlier videos. We took it off the frame, we boxed the frame, repaired a crack. I fixed a bunch of areas where the bushings were about to fall through. We reinforced areas. I did the closeout panel on the firewall. I went through the engine, put new seals on it, went through the transmission, put a bunch of seals on it, made sure everything was good, rebuilt the rear end, put 342 gears in it, and redid some wiring. And we started that on the very first weekend of the year and done by end of May. So that was a pretty good, like, solid 5-month project, which actually the car is much better than it was. We did a lot to it. And from here, the next big plan for that will be to plan for body work in another year or so for it, and we're going to make this thing slick. I need some wheels for it, and again, I plan on bracket racing it next year. So, on to project number two, which project number two really isn't covered in my stuff because they're not my projects, but at work, we had a 57 Bel Air I've been working on. It's my boss's, and my boss's 65 Mustang. I'll share some pictures of that. And in between that, right around the time I started getting caught up on my boss's Mustang, I got the bright idea to put that big block together for Project Enron, which was really, really fun. And actually, on my personal Facebook, I posted about it. And my buddy, I posted about wanting to do it again with a little bit more people for a group effort. And I guess it's easy to forget that, despite the fact that me and JJ really worked on it most of the time, we really did have a lot of people in our corner helping us with parts and donations. And again, a big thank you to them for really, we would have spent a considerable amount more on that project that was just a one and done had we not had that help. And it was really fun. I got to work with JJ, which we've never worked ever together on anything, and actually I liked working with him. It was fun. It was somewhat of a laid-back project. I think the short time frame made it fun. And it's about the most roadkill thing I think we've ever done, despite the, old race car. And I wouldn't call it old. Sorry, Dave, if you're watching, but I wouldn't necessarily call it old, just a car that's been sitting for a little bit. And an engine that has certainly sat for a little bit. Somebody's out there stuck in the snow. We just got like 2 inches of snow in the last 2 hours or something like that. So either way, we did Project Enron. We ran like an 1160 something. It was a one and done deal. And, we ended the day with the transmission puking, which I still have, and I think it may have been just foaming and overheating. Felt like it was binding to JJ. Again, I still gotta look through it, but, and then we did a bunch of racing. We got the car down to an 1168 at 111, and we did a bunch of little work to it. I showed you guys that the electric fuel pump. We did like a full tune-up because I thought maybe that was giving up a little bit of power, and found out that it was pretty much the same. We tried the bigger carb. We swapped converter. So it was a pretty busy year with the projects. I'm very, very thankful that we're all in good health. I hope you guys are all in good health out there, and I hope it continues to be that way. And hopefully in 2021, we can continue to stay healthy. And I'm going to kind of limit my projects a little bit. I do have plans for that small block Olds. I haven't really given up the details until I cement things in, but it's going to be a cool build. I know I talked about it, and I don't know if I mentioned this in the other video, but I know I talked about it being a big block headed engine, but that's all changed. There's a couple reasons for that. And essentially what I'm going to do is going to keep it a small block headed engine, going to go in a different direction. And once I get a couple more pieces, we're going to dive into it, but I'm going to make something cool with it. It is going to be a slow going build, but I'm going to really, really try my best to be as in-depth about every little thing as possible for you guys. I know in the past I've done little bits and pieces. I want to do the whole process start to finish, and I want to plan it out, put it on paper, and try to cover every little aspect of it. And the fact that in my mind it's going to be a drawn out build, I think I'm going to be able to do that, whereas with the big block we were in a time crunch and I had a couple of weeks to get that motor together. So either way, on the 347 we're still going good. I did get some things put in place. The timing cover, water pump is on. I'm going to have to flip the outlet. I think the outlet, I'm pretty positive, is supposed to go on the other side. Haven't ordered intake gaskets yet. That kind of, my week kind of went to shit. Not kind of, so to speak, just all over the place. So I need to get intake gaskets. No big deal. But again, we're in no big rush. We still need some other pieces and stuff. So I still need to weld up the pickup tube that's actually sitting on my toolbox at work. And we'll hopefully get this thing fired up sometime soon. I know that right now with the snow it's going to be hard to move some stuff around, but we'll get this thing on the stand at work. Now before I get this thing on the stand at work, I have to get that small block Ford back on there, the other small block Ford that I don't know if I ever put on a video here, but it's my boss's and we're going to be selling that. So and then I got a bunch of carburetors I got to throw on there that we're going to be selling. We got like 2 Edelbrocks and a Holly I have here we got to take down there. So either way, stay safe. Happy New Year. It was a really good year. Like car project wise, I guess. It kind of sounds kind of shitty to say it was a good year when fuck this year. So either way, I'll let you guys go. Share, like, subscribe, and stick around for that small block build and the completion of this 347 build. I hope you guys have liked it. And if there's anything specific you guys want to see out of it, let me know. Coming up, we're going to check for rocker arm geometry, valve pattern, and all that stuff. So share, like, subscribe. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Copper Cutlass. See you.